is that we are live.
Hi, welcome to the StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as J-Nitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 319. How's it going? Episode. You know, as you do.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever. We're all just discombobulated, working right until the last minute, and then we just drew prizes, and we're deciding prizes. So,
yep.
Yes, we had people excitedly waiting in the lobby for us to start. So sorry for the delay. We wanted to make sure to get things drawn so that there weren't any on-air shenanigans.
Yeah,
delays.
It gets kind of boring when you have that many prizes, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, not boring, and if you're a potential winner.
Yeah, that's true.
How was your Memorial Day weekend?
It was nice, lovely weather, lots of walking. Yep, it was good.
Yeah, we had a very low-key weekend. I had a little bit of congestion, so I don't know if something started flowering or whatever, right? As far as definitely not anything more serious than that, but some like post-nasal drip and a little bit of a, smoky or husky voice. Yes. Hello, everyone. Everybody's saying hello. Claire and Sandy and Cheryl and Shayna and Valerie and Susan. Hello, everyone.
Yep.
You never know when I'm going to start reading from the comments, as evidenced by last week.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we met up on Friday to do some retreat things. You might see something behind me there. So, yeah, we picked up some of our goodie bag items, and we stopped at Muse 2320 and saw her lovely little shop in Hastings.
Yes. So much fun. Hastings is a fun little town. I've never been, so I've been regaling people with
Yeah, it's got a river walk, and
it's got a fun little, fun little downtown area.
Yeah, they had a brewery and a river walk right there on the Mississippi, and then a gaming place that had like wall to wall like board games. I don't know that I've seen a place quite so awesome in such a small town. I mean, as far as like A to Z, I couldn't think of a game that they didn't have. So
yeah, and they had like a little food co-op refrigerator there that we grabbed some quick snacks because we had our quick snack lunch because we had a breakfast with the hotel staff for ZK. Yes, yeah, no, it's very real, guys. It's real. I know you guys all know it, but
yeah, which reminds me, we need to follow up on the food. I haven't seen that email yet.
Yeah. Lots of to-dos from the hotel's perspective and from ours. I know that you've got a draft email in my inbox about classes sign up. We're also going to have, because unlike years past where we've been mostly Ravelry based, we're going to have a let us know your preferred first name, because sometimes we have to do some digging to figure that out. If you've got a PayPal account that comes across as your husband's name or your significant other's name or your friend who signed you up's first name.
Or your like very long, well-meaning birth name, but not what you go by.
Yep. And then we may have some fun additions depending on how ambitious we get with what can appear on the badge. So
right.
Instructions will be forthcoming in an upcoming email for that, as well as details about the 5K and the swaps and the schedule, and it's all happening.
Yeah, yep.
Yep.
The swaps are kind of in the
Class
okay.
size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in progress.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like I can't talk details because I don't know them.
Well, you do, but you need to be able to look at it to see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know them off the top of my head.
So yes,
I'm getting ready to judge this weekend. So I've had a very short week. Tomorrow is my Friday.
Wow. Yeah. No Monday and no Friday.
Yeah.
That seems like an ideal work week to me.
Yeah. I was contemplating, like, can I do this? Like more often?
Okay. I was like, yeah, you can.
Oh yeah. No, I just meant like on a regular.
Absolutely you can. Absolutely you should do it. What else? As far as announcements, we are going to be watching Speed next Friday, which was the transportation themed lovers' hearts favorite movie, easy for me to say, cinematic masterpiece.
Okay.
That includes all of the transportation. So there's a bus and there's plane. They end up at the, spoiler alert, they end up at the airport, right? And then there's also a subway train piece. So yeah, thought that would be fun. That'll be the 11th. So next Friday for our ZKNers, and need to get you to the link for that email so that we can include the ZKers as well to attend if they would like to. So that'll be fun.
Excellent.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So Bring Spring KAL. Are we ready?
Yeah. Woo-hoo. Prizes.
Woo-hoo. So we had a lot of scrolling, guys. Lots and lots and lots of scrolling. So 3-month-long KAL and some fabulous prizes. We are unlike what we've been recently doing, which was just naming the exact person that gets the exact prize. We're going to have you contact us with your order of preference on your item. And then we've got a few goodies that we can throw in if you haven't already gotten one. So I didn't want it to be necessarily a specific one that you had to call out. But if you were one of the winner of any of these 5 prizes, we have some COVID vaccinated pins that we got from Katrinkles. She did a really cool promotion where you could get one of these for free, and a bunch of them fell into my cart. And so I can throw one of these in with your prize if you haven't already gotten that. So got 4 of those available, and I drew for 5 prizes. So most of the people would be able to get one if you say so, but definitely reach out to me and let me know what your order of preference of prizes are. So should we parade the prizes first and keep them waiting? All right, so we have the Katrinkles, and I'm not going to open it because it's so nicely sealed, but you can see the little woodland creatures in, or not woodland, farm creatures, more like farm creatures. There's a bunny, an alpaca. I forget what the big one is. Anyway, tassel makers. And then there is a pom-pom maker in there as well. So very exciting there. That is one of the prizes. And then we have 3 individual skeins of DK. This is Suburban Stitcher DK, with her Merino DK, which is 100% superwash Merino in March hair in Flutter. Does it make your heart flutter?
Yep. And so you can claim one of these.
Ladybird, yes. So color that, purple, pink, or white DK could be one of your choices. So that's 4 prizes. And then the last prize is a shawl kit, or maybe top kit, depends on what you want to do with it, really. So 2 of the March hare and 1 of the ladybird together. I think they'd be really pretty. But you could do socks with 1 and do a shawl with 2 of them, but these are all going to somebody all together. They like to be together. So yes, thank you to everyone that entered. Amy and I were trying to get these, furiously trying to get these picked before we, drawn before we went live. And our winners were Timon Tracy. Yay. Tracy Elbeth. So Lauren did a beautiful waiting for June top. Caramel Courtney had a fabulous shawl. Gail JGTCK. I don't know how, without any vowels in there, I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce that. And then Lisa Sparklepunk. So those were our 5 winners. Again, contact me with the order of preference on your prizes. If it's already been selected, we can go to your second, third choice and then say whether or not you'd like a COVID vaccinated pin thrown in there as well. So yes, yay. Congratulations to everyone that won. And thanks for KALing with us. We will have the exciting announcement of what our next KAL will be next week.
Yep.
Yes.
Exciting. Yep.
Yay.
So
I'm mailing stuff out and you're getting stuff in for the prizes for ZK. Yes.
Yep. Prizes. I finally went last night and got myself caught up on the thank yous and cataloging. And it's looking like a nice stack. One of my bins is full and the other one is started, right? Like there's something in the second one. So yeah.
Gonna need a bigger tote. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Fun.
So I have my 4 whips on.
All right. Administrati has been administered.
Yeah. I have a sock from 716 Knit. This is a politically inclined colorway name. If you're not sure what it is, it's not safe for work. So we're just gonna say that.
I do love those stripes gorgeous. With the speckles.
Yes, super bright and wonderful. I am almost done with the second sock. And then I have first stock syndrome on this one, apparently. This is a yarn, BFL yarn from Farmer's Daughters Fibers. And I got it at Eat Sleep Knit. But, and this is a Cookie A pattern. But I just kind of stalled out on it. So it's done with all of the patterning. And I just need to finish the toe.
So you didn't change it. That's how it's supposed to. It's just supposed to be all of the patterning on the top, and then it slowly.
Yep, it trails off, and it's a 2 directions, right? So they're unique to the foot, right? Like there's a left and a right to the pattern, and so it skews one way.
Very fun
as it trails off.
You can see that tonality popping there a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, this lighting really does show it off well. And then I ripped out that crochet sweater.
Wah,
wah. But I started a new one. So this is the back of a Ridgeview. It's a cropped, well, you can make it any length. I'm making the cropped version to go with a dress. And also the crocheted item was supposed to be cropped as well. So you can kind of see it's got it like a little, that's the sleeve.
Oh.
So it's just 2 pieces, as far as I can tell, sewn up. And then it's like a broken rib in here. And then there's gonna be like a kind of a V detailing in the front. So the back is very plain, but there's gonna be like a V detailing where in the V there's a garter. So it's not gonna be a V neck where you can see my skin, but there'll be a V detail with some garter in here.
Texture change.
Yep, a texture change for sure. But this has actually been a fun, quick knit. And I hope that I get some mojo and finish that before the retreat. Because that's all it's going to take. It's just a little bit of mojo and I'll get that one done. And then
you were going like gangbusters on the one that which is a finished object, so you don't have it here, but the one that you wore initially on Friday before your costume change.
Yes. Yes, I was making the spring swirl out of Farmer Daughter's fiber, and that was like a goal was to get done before the 31st so I could turn it in. I did turn it in, but I was laughing because they were reposting people's sweaters, and I think there's 2 other people that chose that exact yarn and pattern. It's like, oh, that looks like my sweater, but it's not my sweater.
Wait, how did they get my sweater?
But yeah, the only thing that I would say about that that sweater, I will save for next time.
Okay.
But it had some issues for me, and I will save those for our FO episode.
Excellent, excellent.
But then I also started from the Cowls book. One of those, you know, it's gonna be a, what do I want to say? It's knit in the round, and then it's gonna be joined to be a cowl. So it's gonna go this direction.
Yep. That's Mina Phillips, right?
Yep, Mina Phillips, Cowls book. Yep.
No S.
And I
Phillips.
forget which design this one was, but the way the book is laid out, there's a bunch of designs, and she gives you a recipe for, you know, just in case you don't want to think. But there's a lot of math that you can do to make them any sized with any yarn. It's very cool. I did, just for brain saving sake, I just chose the yarn and then went in and found the pattern and then used her, you know, cast on numbers and said, okay, that's what I'm going to do. So, but I could have, I think, like, actually, now that it's a little bit bigger, I think that is the right size for it. Yeah.
What yarn is that?
It's a very the mauve, the solid, is a just a basic Cascade sock yarn, heritage sock. But then the opposite, or whatever the contrast is, some lavender loon moth minis that I had gotten.
Fun.
So I think there were 8 of them. Yes, 8 of them. And so I started with this beautiful one. And I took a picture of the order I wanted to put them in. So I have that for reference, and now they're just kind of piled in there. And I think I might just do 3 repeats and then come back to the color. You know, so it's not just get that color done and then, you know, they're all separate.
It'll be more
sections.
blocky that way, right? This will have more stripes almost. Yeah.
I was going to do fewer, but it you know, then it didn't feel like the color got a chance to shine. But I think with 3 repeats, it'll be a good enough indication of what the color is, and then it'll transition to the next one, and then I'll get a chance to repeat it later in the scarf. So this might be a long-term project, just because you know how scarves go. You know, I know it's a cowl, but it's going to be
maybe take the itch or scratch a color work itch briefly.
Yes, absolutely. And then with the minis, it's, you know, like, oh, a new color will surprise me, and then maybe I'll get some mojo on it, and then probably be set aside again. But it's a happy project.
Absolutely.
That's it.
That's your 4?
That's my 4.
I lost track. I was so enthused to hear what you were doing. So
2
yeah,
socks,
I just
a cowl, and a sweater.
Okay. I just finished a lot for the end of April. So I don't have a great deal, but I did finish a bunch of socks. It felt like socks was my happy place there for a while. And then I also did Shayna's Recalibrate, which I could pull out. It's a block away, but it's finished. There's no more knitting and no more sewing in ends and nothing to do on it other than to block it. Because of the visual effect on it with the stripes, as well as just the garter being worked in multiple directions, I'm hoping to gain a lot. I had picked a larger size to do, to have lots of positive ease. It's kind of like that that top that you're knitting, right? It's just got a little bit of a sleeve. And so the more positive ease you have, the more sleeve you end up having. So I'm hopeful there, fingers crossed. It is a work in progress in that I'm going to try to block it bigger. And then I have needle adjacent, and then I did start my Tunisian crochet block journey with my scraps. So I committed to I'm going to crochet them together later. And these are all just leftovers. So this was a farmer's daughter sock leftover. And I think this one was leftover from my brother's blanket, just enough to do those. And then this was leftover from Romy's shawl. And this was left over. I think this is was the kit where I made my downhill both ways.
Beautiful
Legacy
yarn.
Fiber Arts, where it was a 50 gram. So it was I just eked this one in.
It's like, I think that yarn is sitting over there. The
and I was doing a really good job of weaving in my ends before I started another one, and then yesterday happened. So I still got ends here. This is a sparkle from Knit Crate. I don't know that you can see. And this is a leftover from some socks that I made, or it's Leadingman Fiber Arts. Rumor has it, but I don't remember. I think that was in my brother's blanket as well. And
so you have some that are kind of in the same color family, and then you have others that are more opposite.
That are going to be, So I think I'll probably end up joining them more like dark is the corners with light is the corners, if that makes sense. I haven't decided. Obviously, not joining them together as I go. I can kind of look at them.
I see that. Okay.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah. So, and then I just eking out more on that green with, this is some leftovers of the Barrett Woolco. So it's going to be interesting as far as colors, and it's also going to be interesting. I've got BFL in there. I've got some of the more crunchy, like Farmer's Daughters. I've got some sparkle. I've got some yak. It's just going to be a veritable cornucopia of
faces,
colors and textures and fibers, and
fun.
Yeah. So I've been enjoying that. Small projects, right? Yesterday I could take that with me when I went to soccer practice with my son, right? Versus like after a while it starts to not fall over on itself, but not something that you want to really lug around. And I don't know that I remember that I had this out, and then I think maybe and with the great green along, I thought perhaps I was going to, but this is some Blue Moon, County Clare. That's ringing any bells that I may have showed it off before, that I had plans for it as a needle adjacent project, but this is going to be my June use it or lose it.
Use it or lose it. Okay.
People have any suggestions? I mean, obviously I've got quite a bit. I could probably combine, it might be a little bit crazy for the new Hohi long cardigan.
Yeah.
Could combine a solid stripe with it, but it's a bit much. I don't know what I was planning when I bought it. Probably a Hitofude.
Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking maybe you could tinker with a fingering weight nesting.
Yeah, that would come up. Speaking of which, right?
Yeah,
I could come across.
It's busy yarn and plays well, and
and then this is also needle adjacent. You showed it off last week, but I got mine. I was expecting something. I think somebody said something out in Discord about it as well. I was expecting something a little different when I saw this in the skein. But the colors really blended nicely in the cake, and I'm guessing they will.
And I think I know that I've seen from the Queen City ladies what it knits up to. So in a sock, and it's very well, it seems consistent in a sock. I didn't see much pooling, but it could have been the pattern choice as well.
Yeah. No, it either pools, right, and starts to like spiral and do things with those crazy colors, or it kind of almost looks like a micro stripe. I really like it when it micro stripes. But
I kind of did that on my socks that I finished. I have one that's very pooled and the other one that's micro stripes, and I'm like, oh,
gauge.
Yes, it was definitely one was the one that I was trying to finish was tight. And the one where I was just like, this is lovely MCN yarn. The first one was just like loose. Yeah. I don't feel much in fit difference, which is nice, but it was just enough.
Maybe just a tiny but little bit of difference, right? Yep.
Just enough to throw it off. Yeah.
So then I need to, everybody's talking about what they're going to bring to ZK and stuff in the forums. I'm like, socks, I guess I'll be bringing socks. I've got lots of caked up yarn. I've got the Farmer's Daughter fibers, farm
to knit on. Yeah,
I mean, we've got lots of weeks to talk about it, but this is the last whip, right, before ZK. So
yep. Yeah, no, I don't know. Like, I could definitely bring that cowl. It's been easy enough, to memorize and keep going. Yeah, that could be fun too. Because then when I reach the end, I've been handballing, right? Just something relaxing. So I could just ball up my little tiny mini ball and keep going.
Yeah, fun. I'll definitely have these along, right? Because I'm going to be attempting to teach a class on technique that I just learned, but I have knowledge and I can share it. It may not be the most professional.
You also have the enthusiasm and joy for it, though, right? So, being able to show off the beautiful blanket behind you and maybe some of the dishcloths and things that you've made. Yeah.
Yep. All right. I think we're a rambling. Lots of administrati at the beginning. And again, congrats to all the winners. Contact me. If not on Discord, my email, if you've got my email address, and I will get those shipped out. I won't say as fast as humanly possible, but definitely try to get them out here in the next few weeks. So
it's fast as possible.
Fast as is I am able to with the different priorities in my life right now.
Yeah. Kind of planning a gathering of many people coming
and taking on a new job, and my kids are going to be at home next week, which definitely takes some time out of my day, but I'm all exciting things. I'm excited about all of that. I'm excited for summer. I'm excited about our event. I'm excited about my new job. So
very much so. And with you saying that about the kids coming back, our work has said you should come back in. So I'm like, well,
we may be podcasting in midnight hours again.
we might be. I don't know. We'll have to arrange or figure that out. But
not on air.
Bye.
Bye, Uvta.